Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Saloni.
Sir.
All right, Saloni, introduce yourself.
So my name is Saloni Chhabra. I'm 24 years old. I was born and brought up in Gurugram, Haryana. I did my undergrad in economics from SRCC, Delhi University. While in college, I was actively involved in debating and other activities. Post that, I've been preparing for this exam and I take time out for my hobbies as well.
Good. I can see that you took part in novice parliamentary debate.
Sir.
So, talking of parliamentary debates, let's talk of the parliament, 17th Lok Sabha.
Sir.
So, can you recall some salient achievements of 17th Lok Sabha?
Sir. So one of the most significant achievements is the passing of the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, which reserves seats for women in Lok Sabha and in state legislatures. Other than that, sir, reformation of the 3 criminal law bills, I believe, is a step in the right direction. So, the 17th Lok Sabha also passed the Citizenship Amendment Act, where we're giving citizenship to persecuted minorities. So that is a humanitarian move. So I think these are some of the achievements of
So, Citizen Amendment Act, why it was delayed, the notification?
So initially when it was passed, there was some opposition, and then the rules were not notified because COVID came, and for a very long time, it was difficult to figure out how exactly the rights would be given and who shall be responsible, what are the documents that would be satisfactory. So I believe in that light, we wanted to be better prepared.
And some litigation is also on. And what are the issues that are being considered by Honorable Supreme Court?
So one is that pertaining to CA being violative of Article 14. So that is something that the Honorable Court is considering. So largely it is with respect to fundamental rights, and there is also litigation by parties from the Northeast which believe that it is in violation of the Assam Accord. So that is another case in point that is being considered.
Saloni, you are posted in a district, all right? And what will you tackle first? Caste inequality or gender inequality? And how?
So, I believe that there are significant intersectionalities between caste and gender inequality. For example, if we see Dalit women, they face the worst kind of discrimination, one on account of caste and second on account of them being women. So I believe that it is very difficult to segregate the two, and the approach has to be a consolidated one.
Now, coming to economics, during last 1 decade, can you recall some financial sector reforms that have been carried out?
So one is that the settlement time in the financial sector has been reduced to T+1, which we're trying to reduce further. Secondly, sir, in the wider sense of the economy, GST was introduced in 2017. Then, sir, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, IBC, came about. So, fourthly, RERA, I would also consider it to be a significant reform in the financial sector. So, RERA Act was passed. These are some of the reforms that.
And what about moving to digital India?
Sir, so that is
how has that contributed to Indian economy, the
Sir.
digital revolution?
So it has had significant contributions to the digital economy. One is that it has given significant push to the digital startups. Today we have 100 plus unicorns, many of them in the digital sector. Secondly, sir, it has led to huge savings in DBT. In the recent budget, the government pointed out that 2.7 lakh crore have been saved because of moving to DBT. So there is a social welfareist agenda there. Thirdly, sir, services, government services like telemedicine and digital education have been expanded. So, sir, I believe that it has been very
All right. One last question I want to ask you is on Haryana's capital.
significant.
Do you think Haryana should have a separate new capital? And where should it be? What would you recommend and why?
Sir, I do think that Haryana should have a separate capital. One is that Chandigarh remains very inaccessible to people from particularly south of Haryana, where I live. Secondly, sir, the kind of development works that can be done in a capital are not giving enough benefits to the citizens of Haryana per se. So for those reasons, I do think that Haryana should have its own capital. In my opinion, it should be somewhere near, somewhere in central Haryana. In that regard, Rohtak can be a good suggestion. So, sir, there will be significant development work.
Right.
there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so good afternoon, Saloni. So, what have you been doing since 2020?
Sir, I've been preparing for this exam.
Okay, so why you are so passionate about civil services?
Sir, I think this is one career opportunity that balances having a good career with tangible job satisfaction. I think that this is a job where I can derive tangible satisfaction from. I can see what I've done for the society, and that is something that I believe will.
Now, we saw a reservation for women in the parliament. So, would you propose reservation for women in civil services?
Sir, as per my opinion, as per what I know, in the last civil services list that was put out, there were about 34% women in that already. So I think that rather than reservations, we can focus on providing free coaching services through various state government interventions and
So,
schemes.
if it was not 34%, let's say less than 20%,
Sir.
then you would have proposed.
Probably, sir, but I think we're already there.
Fair enough. Now, you are the convener of the debating society in SRCC, your college. So, and your option is also sociology.
Sir.
So, now the debate on uniform civil code to be implemented in other states as well. You are from Haryana.
Sir.
So, what do you think about it? Should it be implemented in the same way as it was in Uttarakhand, or what changes would you like to suggest?
So, I think there can be some changes. One is that we can include tribals in the fold of UCC. I don't mean to say that we should impose same procedures on them, but at least the rights to be given to tribal women in terms of inheritance. Secondly, sir, the procedure around registration of live-in relationships, I believe that we can make it voluntary and not mandatory. So, those are the two changes that I propose for a larger uniform civil.
Now, as a student of sociology, what 4 changes would you like to see in the present society,
So,
apart from women-related issues?
So one is pertaining to caste, that we should do away with the ills of manual scavenging.
That is one.
That is one. So other than that, I would propose significant inter-regional cohesion in the country in terms of having larger cultural connect between various parts of the
That
country.
is 2.
So, class inequalities should be reduced. The Gini coefficient has been going up. So, I think through social welfareist measures, we can have lower class inequalities in the country.
Okay. It's okay. Don't strain too much. Okay. So, now you're a student of economics also. So, if we see the global credit rating agencies, and if we talk about the ratings given to, especially to India, so they are not in a very good light. So, India is politically very stable. Economically, we are one of the fastest growing economies. Still, our ratings, why not at that level given by the credit rating agencies?
So So, I think that there is a significant bias in the methodology that has been adopted by these credit rating agencies. The government came out with a response, and they enlisted that never in the history has the fifth largest economy been rated so low, the lowest credit ratings. One is that they have a bias against public sector banks. They believe that if a country has too many public sector banks, then there is some manipulation happening there, which is not the case in India. Our bank regulatory mechanism is significantly under control. Secondly, so the weights that they assign, they're not very clear about the weights that they assign. So I believe that there is greater clarity that is required. So,
Okay, Saloni, where do you see Indian economy in 2030?
So in terms of nominal GDP, I see Indian economy becoming the third largest economy, about 5.5 to $6 trillion we should be able to touch by then. Other than that, sir, I envision a zero poverty ratio in the country by then.
Okay. Now shifting to international affairs. So if India becomes a permanent member of UNSC, so how will it impact India?
So one is that we will be able to impact the discussions, particularly around terrorism, something that significantly impacts India. Right now, our attempts are being blocked by certain countries that are hostile. Secondly, sir, we could further our interests, particularly in the Indian Ocean region and the Indo-Pacific in general. So if there are hostile attempts at incursions into Indian territory, so that is something that we'll be able to deal with. And thirdly, sir, we'll be with the voice of the global south in the UNSC.
Now, if we talk about our neighboring countries, let's say Pakistan. So a strong Pakistan or a weak Pakistan, which is better for India?
Sir, I believe a strong civil government and a weak role of the military in Pakistan would be something that in favor of India. So we need stability in Pakistan, but we also need its military capabilities to be.
Okay. My last question, you are involved in strength training and Zumba. So how does it helps you?
Sir, it keeps me active. It leads to development of muscle and strength, which helps in day-to-day activities. So, and it also uplifts my mood.
So, thank you, Saloni.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Saloni, what is the difference you see in the urban infrastructure of Gurugram and Delhi? Because you have lived in both the places.
So one is that I see an increased role of private developers in Gurugram. For example, DLF, Vatika, Elan. These private developers are very active in Gurugram, and that is not as much the case in Delhi. Secondly, sir, I see that there are various settlements in Delhi that are older in nature, while most settlements in Gurgaon are relatively new, particularly the settlements around Old Delhi. So these are the visible changes, visible differences.
Okay, right. There is a debate on the use of GDP or gross value added to measure growth. What is your view on this?
So I believe that we should measure both. GDP and GVA, the difference between the two is the fact that we add net indirect taxes as well. And at the end of the day, those taxes are a significant contributor of how the economy is doing. So GDP as a metric is more easily understandable as well by the people.
Good.
So
now this electoral bond issue, Honorable Supreme Court has asked day before yesterday to release all the data within one day. So yesterday, of course, SBI complied with the direction of Honorable Supreme Court. Now, today only, are you aware the Bar Council of India, Supreme Court and the President have made an appeal to the President of India to intervene, because his point is, and I would seek your views on this particular point. He says that if the names of the contributors is released, and so then there is a fear, there is a danger of their victimization. And there was a commitment, sovereign commitment, that their names will not be released when the scheme was launched. So what are your views on this? My question is clear?
Sir. So one I think is that the RBI has, the SBI has anyway clarified that the data that they have is in silos. So on one side they will talk about which companies bought those electoral bonds, but they will not be matched with which party they were given to and by how much. So in that light, their interests are safeguarded while also ensuring that there is transparency in the system. So as such, the targeting aspect with respect to who paid who or who contributed to who by how much, that will anyway not be out in the public domain. So I believe that it is a balanced way out.
But do you, I mean, are you not concerned about the funding of elections? How elections,
Sir.
after all, from where the parties will get funding?
Sir.
And now, after this decision, corporate houses, even the foreign companies, they will stay away from funding elections. Then maybe political parties will have to go for some other unfair means of getting funds, some underhand dealing, etc.
So we can transform the system. One suggestion that the Honorable Court itself gave was that of an electoral trust system. So I believe that is a way out in electoral.
Good. Saloni, this Bharat Shakti, what is this Bharat Shakti? It is in the news yesterday. Bharat Shakti. Are you aware?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, you are fond of dog care and dog walking.
Sir.
So, there are a lot of incidents we keep hearing of Noida, a lot of that in this viral videos.
Sir.
The RWs are issuing instructions, don't feed. So, how this dog management as district collector you would do? Because dog as pets are wonderful, but sometimes they become menacing as stray dogs.
Sir.
So, have you ever thought of some practical? You must have thought that if I become DM, I will do this.
Sir.
For dog, because you are a dog lover.
Sir.
How do you think you will be able to handle this situation?
Sir, in my opinion, the most potent solution is animal birth control. So, mandating animal birth control and sterilization across the district on a daily basis, and municipal corporations have to have an active role in this. So, sir, that is one. Secondly, sir, dog shelters can also be created wherein dogs can...
But in dog shelters, I read somewhere that dogs are basically territorial animals.
Sir.
So, moving them to dog shelters, which may be a distant place, it will cause an emotional trauma for the dogs. What is your view?
So that is true, but I believe that there can be multiple dog shelters in multiple regions. So that we can take a decentralized approach to this. And
right. Thank you, Saloni.
Thank you.
Saloni, you're talking about dogs.
Sir.
So the government of India, the department dealing with the animals and dogs, they have issued letters to various states about certain imports restrictions on dogs.
Sir.
Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
What type of dogs import restrictions have been there now? They are asking that it should be banned. Import, breeding as well as sale. What type of dogs?
So there are certain aggressive breeds that have been banned by various court orders and local orders.
Government has banned?
Sir, there was a court
has banned?
So there was a court order that banned, but that was stayed by the Haryana High Court.
But now government has come up.
So the last notification that I can think of was that the import of dogs from outside was banned, various breed dogs. But the recent interventions in this regard, I'm not aware of.
Okay. You have done some parliamentary debate sort of thing, in your college or something like that. So now tell me, what is a parliamentary standing committee?
So parliamentary standing committees are various committees that look into various parliament-related methods, parliament-related affairs. For example, standing committee on estimates, or parliamentary standing committee on ethics. So on these lines, parliamentary standing committees work.
What is the need of this when the members are discussing in the parliament? What is the need of these committees?
So these are smaller committees, so they help in better deliberation, and they can also get technical expertise from outside.
What is point of order in parliament?
So when there is some sort of disorder in Parliament, I'm sorry, sir, I might not be able to.
And what do you mean by Parliament Speaker or the Chairman? Some many times during discussion or after the discussion say lobby clear, make the lobby clear, make the lobby clear. What do you mean by make the lobby clear?
So parliamentarians, when the discussions enter heated mode, enter the lobby of the Parliament. So
No. When the debate ends
sir.
and the voting has to start.
Okay.
So before the voting has to start, the chairman or vice chairman or the speaker of Lok Sabha, they announce lobby clear, lobby to be cleared.
Okay, sir.
What is that?
So then in that
Okay.
case, I'm not sure.
You are a optional sociology student, okay? Sociology is your optional.
Sir.
Now, Saloni, the society is getting more and more, what I should say, dependent on credit facilities.
Sir.
Say loans, Basically, a lot of youth now, they are resorting to this credit system, loan system. In 20, 30, 40 years back, this was not the scenario. Loan was considered as not a good thing. But now loan is considered as a very, very good thing, credit facilities. How it is going to affect the relationship, social relationship in the society?
So one is that increasing access to loans in a very easy fashion can lead to tangible stress later on when it comes to repayment, and that can cause significant problems in personal relationships and family related relationships. Secondly, sir, there is also a problem that we've seen that women from lower classes are the earnings are taken away by the men, so that can be exacerbated. So that issue can come up, and that is there's a gender related element to that as well. Thirdly, sir, it can worsen the class inequalities in terms of having very extreme and extortionary rates of interest, especially on certain peer-to-peer lending platforms that we have. So, in that regard.
Saloni, many sociologists tell us that the deviant behavior in society is an essential part of society.
Sir.
How?
Sir, many sociologists, particularly the functionalists, have said that deviance is a core part of society, and there is a normal level of deviance in society that has to be accepted and acceptable. They suggest that deviance has a functional role to play in society. It is only because of these deviants that our law and order system remains vigilant, and we correct the inaccuracies in our law and order systems. So, in that regard, they see a functional role, and it also increases cohesion between certain segments and role of community
So, Saloni, why you are restricting the deviant behavior to a minus strain? There may be some plus strains or positive strains of deviant behavior in a society. Can you tell me some positive strains of deviant behavior?
So one is that it can increase innovation in society.
Good.
Second.
Okay, you got the point.
Sir.
Now, Saloni, my last question is about Five Eyes Group. What is Five Eyes Group?
Sir, it is an intelligence sharing agreement between the 5 countries, UK, US, Canada, New Zealand and Australia. And they share intelligence.
Intelligence among us. One of these member of this Five Eyes Group yesterday has somehow negated the theory propounded by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau about Khalistani Nijjar
Sir.
killing. Can you throw some light on this?
Sir, I believe it was the New Zealand's foreign minister, and he said that there is no linkage to establish a clear link between India's role in Nijjar's killing and in that way.
Good. Thank you, Saloni.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Saloni, we have covered a lot of area. So I can ask you one last question if you think something is not covered from your deck. So you will have to tell me, otherwise we can close the mark.
Sir, in my opinion, I will be open to taking all questions. So there is nothing that I would like to ask them.
So thank you, Saloni. We close our mock here.
Thank you,
You
sir.
can wait outside. We'll call you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Saloni, how you think you have done?
So I think it was good. Although I do feel that I can brush up a little bit on parliamentary affairs. So
Saloni, you were very good. So the panel is unanimous in its impression about you. Your personality is very good, very confident, clear communication, very good body language. You are able to address and substantiate each and every question in a communication mode. So, strictly speaking, in the areas that I asked you,
sir.
I have nothing to tell because you handled all the questions very well, except maybe one question on financial sector reform during last
Sure.
one decade. Your reply lacked some teeth.
Sir.
Hmm? So what you missed out?
So one is that in order of priority, I believe
So
that.
that is order of priority,
Sir.
and there were some reforms that you missed out.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
so think about it.
Okay,
I want to leave it to you.
Okay, sir.
You replied, you gave me two good ideas, but then you missed out on 2 or 3 more.
Okay, sir. I will.
ठीक है, तो आप देखिएगा. Maybe in the end I will also tell you.
Okay, sir.
Dobson?
Yeah. Saloni, you are an excellent candidate. You have done very well. You are updated with the information. Your analysis is also very good. Answers are also very good. Your personality is very good, very pleasing and very graceful personality. That is, and communication is very effective communication, crystal clear communication. So
Thank
that is a very, very plus point with you. And confident, you look confident, you are energetic. So all pluses are with you. And only you yourself have identified the issue, the parliament, because when the debate is there, so parliament is the most important forum for the debate. So for the debate, all such type of things, lobby clear में वो जो lobby होता है और उसको co-terminus area जो होता है, that has to be cleared actually, back area also.
Okay, sir.
So that there should not be any jhamela in voting and all that. So read about lobby clear, point of order. Point of order generally during the discussion होता है, डिटेल में जब डिस्कशन होता है तो कोई उठा देता है कि साहब पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर रूल 2279 सर देखिए सर समथिंग लाइक दैट. So that is during the discussion. Or there are so many terminologies about these things, adjournment motion, valedictory address, a lot of things are there. So read about parliamentary system, debate, etc. उस पर क्वेश्चन बहुत पूछे जा सकते हैं आपको, because members will be quite interested in asking questions about the parliamentary debate. So read about it. Overall, you have done excellently well, and I am 100% sure you will do very well in your final interview as well. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Same here, Saloni, nothing more to add. I think all points have been covered by Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Members. Just keep updated on current affairs. Bharat Shakti, this in Pokhran,
Sir.
so that is Bharat Shakti. Honorable Prime Minister was also there. And also difference in urban infrastructure when you compare Delhi and Gurugram. The water shortage in Gurugram is a perennial problem.
Okay.
उसको थोड़ा देख लीजिएगा आप, जबकि दिल्ली now has more or less solved its problem of water scarcity.
Okay, sir.
वो थोड़ा देख लीजिए आप उसको just.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise your answer was good. And your dog care also you are very good. Sterilization is the most important thing, so that we can control their population. And sheltering, I think the multiple shelters nearby in different locations that would, because dogs get emotionally traumatized if you take them to a distant place. So all the best, Saloni. You do very well.
Thank you, sir.
सो सेम ओपिनियन सलोनी, काफ़ी अच्छा किया आपने. कम्युनिकेशन, पर्सनालिटी, कंटेंट काफ़ी अच्छा था. एज फार एज सजेशंस आर कंसर्न, एक मैंने आपको सोसाइटी में चेंजेस के बारे में आस्क्ड यू समथिंग, तो उसमें आपको काफ़ी सोचना पड़ रहा था, क्योंकि आई पुट अ फिल्टर की वुमेन के बारे में मत बोलना, तो उसमें आप थोड़ा सा और अच्छे आंसर दे सकते थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू कुड हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट चाइल्ड मैरिज, चाइल्ड लेबर, प्रॉब्लम ऑफ लेट्स से बेगर्स, लेट्स से अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इलिटरेसी है ना, और उसको फिर प्रायोरिटाइज कर सकते थे. तो आपका थोड़ा सा वो अलग डायरेक्शन में सोच के वो जा रहा था, कि क्योंकि आपको लगा सोचना पड़ रहा है.
Got it.
है ना, वो एक बात देख लेना. एंड माय लास्ट सजेशन वुड बी, व्हाई सिविल सर्विसेज में आंसर वाज गुड, बट यू कैन रिप्लेस द वर्ड जॉब विद कैरियर.
Okay, sir.
So our Prime Minister has also said civil services is a service, not a job.
Okay, sir.
So talk about career satisfaction and not job.
Okay, sir.
You mentioned it many times, job.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
understood.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
So, just let me refresh your memory on financial sector reforms. What you missed out, demonetization, right? So that led to digital infrastructure.
Sir.
And did you mention GST?
Yes, sir.
So and then that was it. I think what you missed was demonetization.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we have given you today one of the highest marks, 72%.
196 marks.
So you are doing very well. In the
198.
main,
198 marks.
198. So in the mains in UPSC, I am sure you can score 200 plus. Your personality is very good. So just keep it up and read up current affairs. You are ready. From our side, I would say that you don't need to do any more mocks. Okay? Any question you have?
No, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Is
You are
this your
doing very well.
first interview in UPSC?
Sir, I've given an interview before.
Before in UPSC?
Sir.
So how much did you get at the
So that year I scored 170.
170?
कब था वो?
Sir, CSE 2021.
2021.
So उस समय कैसे मिस हो गया?
Sir, optional, I've changed my optional. It was economics back then. My optional score was very bad. So,
So this time you changed the optional.
sir.
कौन सा
So
बोर्ड
I'm
था
sure.
इंटरव्यू में?
Chaube sirs.
अच्छा. Now you are better prepared. You will score much higher this time.
Hopefully, sir.
All the best.
I am
Thank
sure this कैसा किया आपने इस बार?
Sir, mains?
हाँ.
Sir, according to me, it was fine, but I feel like it's very subjective. So, let's hope for the best.
So we want to see your name somewhere in the top.
Hopefully, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you.